Hello there. Well, that was a pretty amazing semester. I thought we might briefly review what we learned. Okay, let's get started. This semester we studied multiple perspectives of educational theory and their relationship to the cognitive, creative, and psychosocial development of children and adolescents. We also examined the role of creativity and cognition in the arts, developing strategies to engage critical and creative thinking to foster learning across the curriculum. I'm going to ask my friend Spock to help us review. Hello, Spock.
Hello, Mohandas Gandhi.
How did we break this all down? We used the 4 learning outcomes. Yes. And what are these 4 outcomes, Spock?
Human change, relationships, context, and teaching.
Great, you remembered something. I didn't totally waste my Friday mornings with you. Ha ha ha. Okay, seriously. So, we are discussing educational theories in regards to knowledge, creativity, social factors, and individual thought and behavior. This semester I asked you to demonstrate an understanding of this via the 4 learning outcomes you just listed.
Yes, Mohandas Gandhi. That is an accurate statement. Would you like me to supply examples of the 4 learning outcomes?
Yes, walk with me.
Sir? Here?
Yes. Spock, what is your understanding of outcome number 1, human change?
May I take samples from the papers I wrote this semester?
Absolutely, Spock.
How can learning be interpreted as behavior change? That's an easy one. As you learn something new, your behavior changes. Example, you learn fire is hot, ice is cold, love can be wonderful, death is sad. You do not put your hand on hot coals twice, you do not jump in the ocean in the winter, and you learn when you love and lose that love that you are sad.
How can learning be interpreted as learning is thinking, Spock?
If thinking is effective, it results in a change of opinion or strengthens an individual's understanding. Thinking is learning. Learning is thinking.
Spock, how can learning be interpreted as assisted performance?
When I think of the word assist, I immediately think of guiding and supporting. And the word performance makes me think of the words like action, executing, reacting and responding. Unlike traditional learning where one is lectured to and asks questions, I see learning as assisted performance, defined as helping and guiding the learning through a supportive environment.
How can thinking be interpreted as problem solving?
When problem solving, you use the information gathered as a result of thinking to find solutions, solve problems, and process ideas. Through thinking and active problem solving, many obstacles are overcome, but every day brings more challenges, and the process continues.
Okay, Spock. You're sounding very logical. Let's see if you can answer the next questions with your human side, not your Vulcan side. Relationships. As a teacher, you need to be human. These are relationships with vulnerable children. Transport your mind to the classroom. How are you a caring, generous manager of the classroom? These relationships will impact these students, Spock. Explain.
I need to get to know my students as individuals. This is the only way for the students to learn to trust me. I need to understand the developmental stages of growth. For example, Jean Piaget developmental stages and thinking patterns. I need to set up classroom rules with the help of the students. I need to be a good listener. I need to trust that the children have opinions and want to be heard as individuals. I need to remember we all come from different places with different experiences. I would like learning to be fun. I could go on and on, sir.
Very nice, Spock. I see your humanity. How about learning outcome number 3? Context, communication, types of learning and curriculum.
Unlike what I consider traditional classroom communication in which the discussions are teacher-led, the classroom of today is more co-led by students. Do not misunderstand me. The teacher is still the leader and needs to help direct the students. But, more to the point, communication comes in many flavors. Students need to understand and learn the power of body language such as eye contact, facial expressions, and gestures. It is my job to guide them in this journey of discovery. I aspire to make learning fun and memorable in a positive and safe environment.
And curriculum, Spock?
Gardner's 7 knowledge types had the most profound effect on me, sir. Curriculum should be developed and modified around these knowledge types, known as multiple intelligences. Howard Gardner developed a theory of multiple intelligences based upon research in the biological sciences, logistical, analysis, and psychology. He breaks down knowledge into 7 types. 1. Logical mathematical intelligence, the ability to detect patterns, think logically, reason and analyze, and compute mathematical equations. Logical? My favorite. 2. Linguistic intelligence, the mastery of oral and written language in self-expression and memory. 3. Spatial intelligence, the ability to recognize and manipulate patterns, large or small, in spatial relationships. 4. Musical intelligence, the ability to recognize and compose musical quality and content for production and performance. 5. Kinesthetic intelligence, the ability to use the body, or parts of the body to create products, or solve problems. 6. Interpersonal intelligence, the ability to recognize another's intentions and feelings. And last, intrapersonal intelligence, the ability to understand oneself and use the information to self-manage. Making lesson plans diverse to meet the needs of all multiple intelligences students should be the goal. Don't teach to the majority. Teach to the whole, and teach holistically. In order to do this, a teacher needs to be observant, adaptable, and know her students. Don't label one way of learning as better than another way of learning. I would aspire to tap into the student's multiple intelligences and use it as an advantage in creating a successful learning environment and lesson plans.
Spock, your higher intellect is just amazing. You remind me of a student I had many light years ago. I believe his name was Yoda. You both have the same ears. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Mohandas Gandhi. I have been told that before.
Spock, we have come to the last learning outcome. Number 5. Teaching.
Yes, Mohandas. But, I just wanted to briefly mention IEP. It is the responsibility of the teacher to review the IEP. Again, know your students. It is only good teaching to know your students.
Yes. 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 And the final outcome?
Yes, teaching. Lesson plans, assessments, no child left behind, standardized testing, DB, TAB, art museums, age-appropriate lessons, and motivating students. And then there is the whole brain-based learning principle stuff. Oh, wise one. I have learned so very much in the last 6 months.
I feel you are ready, Spock. You are ready for your student teaching. My work here is done. I entrust you in the hands of your very capable mentor teachers.
I will never forget you, Mohandas Gandhi. I must admit I am very happy to be done with my weekly outcome essays though.
Remember, a person is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Now go, and may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper, O wise one.